We start as a white cube with a floor and walls. As you reach, palpable, palpable, palpable. As you look, as you reach, tangible, tangible.
Computationalism demonstrates that cognition is a form of computation, and underpins much of the work in achieving artificial intelligence. It is related to functionalism, a philosophy of mind put forth by Hilary Putnam in 1960, that was inspired by the analogies between the mind and the theoretical Turing machines. According to the Church, Turing thesis, Turing machines are capable of processing any given algorithm which is computable. A Turing machine consists of an infinite amount of tape and tape reader. Computationalism assumes the possibility of strong AI, which would be required in order to establish a theoretical possibility of a simulated reality. The first known use of the term transhumanism was by Julian Huxley in 1957. During the 1980s, a group of scientists, artists, and futurists began to organize together as the transhumanist movement. Transhumanist thinkers postulate that human beings will eventually be transformed into beings with such greatly expanded abilities as to merit the new label of post-human. Proponents of post-humanism draw on future studies and various fields of ethics such as bioethics, infoethics, ethics, neuroethics, roboethics, and technethics. These are predominantly secular post-humanist. Nick Bostrom states in his literary composition called A History of Transhumanist Thought, wherein transhumanism's roots in Renaissance humanism and the Enlightenment. Transhumanism can be defined as 1. The improvement of the human condition through applied reason and technology to eliminate aging and greatly enhance human capacities, and 2. The study of the technologies that will enable us to overcome fundamental human limitations, and the ethical issues involved in their use. The simulation argument is part of the transhumanist debate, located within the current field of digital philosophy. The dream argument contends that a futuristic technology is not required to create a simulated reality, but rather, all that is needed is a human brain. More specifically, the mind's ability to create simulated realities during REM sleep affects the statistical likelihood of awake reality being simulated as well. The simulated reality hypothesis has a simulated hypothesis argument. The simulation argument is part of the transhumanist debate, located within the current field of digital philosophy. It goes like this. The argument is that at least one of the following propositions is true. 1. The human species is very likely to go extinct before reaching a post-human stage. 2. Any post-human civilization is extremely unlikely to run a significant number of simulations of their evolutionary history, or variations thereof. 3. We are almost certainly living in a computer simulation. It follows that the belief that there is a significant chance that we will one day become post-humans who run ancestor simulations is false, unless we are currently living in a simulation. In other words, unless we already are. A mature advanced culture would have enormous computing power. Based on this fact, the simulation hypothesis argument mathematically proposes that at least one of the following may also be true, and the numbers on it are this. 1. The fraction of human advanced cultures that reach post-human stage in simulation technologies is close to 0. 2. The fraction of human advanced cultures that reach post-human stage that is interested in running ancestor or human simulators is close to 0. 3. The possibility that we are already living in a simulation is close to 1. This simulator would have many more simulated people than non-simulated people. This is a rather funny little argument, simply by the natural logic that an advanced civilization would certainly limit less advanced intelligences from achieving the technologies to take over or complete with their technological domain. Further, If everyone other than these advanced techs are a designed artificial emotive intelligence, they would require complete limitation from overthrowing their creators with intelligence and technology. Finally, the seemingly surprising small factions of advanced cultures with this enormous technology, factions of the first two, both close to zero and the faction of the last as close to one, fully exposes that this control is, in fact, undertaken if the simulation hypothesis is as mathematically sound as is claimed. Not only are there only three possible alternative probabilities to the irrefutable mathematics of the hypothesis, but none of the three actually reduces to zero. Two are, in fact, just above zero. The hypothesis itself is just above 1. That is a very tight control factor. And wouldn't you? Maybe you did. I am your host, Swan at ZEN DOPE Magazine, logging off. Happy simulating.
We start as a white cube with a floor and walls where we put up our ideas and watch them hang